My name is Jeffrey Amendola. I'm the founder and co-owner of Amendola Family Cigars. We are a first-generation Italian cigar manufacturing company. Let me have a drink. Taste. Part of being in the cigar culture is more than just a passion of mine. It's more than a hobby. Obviously, it's something I do as a business, but more importantly than that, cigars are a lifestyle to me. You know, you have the cigar that you pick up to smoke, you smell it, you know what flavor profile you're looking for, maybe you don't. But the great thing about cigars is that not one is going to be the same. Cigars are all 100% handcrafted. No measurements, no weights. They are made by artisan rollers, and every leaf is different. You know, we talk about blends in a cigar. What tobacco we use, what ratio, what wrapper leaf, what region. It's blah 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 blah. One of my favorite tobacco leaves to use and to roll with and to make a cigar with is a Habano wrapper, Cuban seed Habano wrapper from Nicaragua. It's actually on this cigar here, Amendola Family Cigar Company, the Naturale, and it's a beautiful cigar for me any time of the day. I like to smoke it with a coffee in the morning or after dinner with a nice bourbon or a nice whiskey. So, you know, we always talk about, you know, what cigar we're going to smoke and what we're going to drink with it, right? And, you know, after a long week, I know for me, one of my pleasures is to pick a really good whiskey or bourbon to drink and a good cigar to smoke. And that's my therapy time. That's when I get to put an hour aside for me and my enjoyment. You know, and depending on what you like to drink, you know, I don't know about you, but I have my everyday whiskeys, but I also have a few bottles that I keep for something special, whether I'm sharing it with friends, or it's just I want to enjoy something really nice, you know. The perfect pairing to me, or I would recommend to you, is what you like. When I smoke this, the Naturale, this is, like I said, a Nicaraguan Habano wrapper. You want to pair it with something that's not going to overpower the cigar, but complement the cigar. And for me, that would be a bourbon, a nice Kentucky bourbon, a single barrel, where it has strength, it has vanilla, it has cedar, some of that oaky taste that will complement the flavor notes of this cigar. And the two marry and make the perfect pairing. One of my other favorite cigars to smoke is a Maduro. In our line, we call that Maduro. And that just means that the cigar, the tobacco, the leaf comes from the top of the plant, it gets more sun, and it's a very ripe and rich, flavorful tobacco. Almost sweet, can be spicy, and typically more of a fuller body cigar. You compare it to a robust red wine, a robust or stronger single barrel bourbon, Scotch whiskey, maybe with a little peat or a little sweet. And that is just I could smoke that cigar any time of the day, you know. The other thing about the perfect pairing for me is having the perfect accessory item. You know, I travel a lot. I go to different cities. I visit different cigar bars, different cigar lounges. I always have a travel case with me. I have my cutter, my lighter. I like to be prepared, right? And in the lifestyle, this lifestyle that we live, the cigar lifestyle, for me, it's very important to have all of those things that I care about and enjoy. It's all about pleasure, right? Simple things. Pour a little more something.
I think one thing you have different videos, like close up to the bag and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I think one thing to talk about that we could put in there is about like how cigar culture. 9 times out of 10, you're smoking with somebody else. Camaraderie, friendship,
Oh yeah,
sharing,
okay,
pairing, like you say, you know, any given day, I'm sitting down with 3 fellas and everybody brings some of their favorite to drink or their favorite stick, and we share and all that. sharing and pairing.
Yeah. One thing I love about the cigar community is that typically I'm smoking with other people. Sometimes strangers, sometimes people I love and care about that are close to me. And we kind of have a ritual in my circle, whoever I'm with, everyone brings a bottle to drink. We all bring different types of cigars to smoke, and we share among ourselves. The one thing I love about the cigar community and the cigar culture is that cigars bring people together. It's the greatest equalizer. Sometimes I look in a room of cigar smokers, and there are people from all different walks of life, different races, different religions, blue collar, white collar, plumbers, lawyers, doctors, cops, you name it. You could find anybody in a cigar lounge, and when you're in there smoking, having a drink, you're all the same. You know, it's a level playing ground. I love that camaraderie. But you know, one ritual we had on New Year's Eve was to get about 10 of us together. Everyone bring a bottle, bring your cigars, and we all get to try something new. And that helps us kind of explore our taste and our palate, what we like. You know, maybe this year we're gonna do Scotch. Everyone's gonna bring a bottle of Scotch to try and taste. We're gonna smoke some mild cigars. We're gonna smoke a medium body cigar. We're gonna smoke full body cigars, and really kind of see and taste and figure out what we do like. And that is the perfect pairing. When you find something that complements your palate, you enjoy it, and it might change throughout the course of the day, throughout the course of the week, and it's fine. That's what makes this so fun and entertaining to me, you know. Yeah.
That's just
A nice cigar, a good cigar, is, you know, you could get very complicated and very intricate with talking about cigars and tobacco, but I listen to the old timers in this business, the artisan rollers and master blenders that talk about what makes a good cigar, and simply they will say good tobacco, and when you have that, you have a final product, and you look for that perfect pairing, right? For me, it's ideally in my perfect setting. There's palm trees, there's a beach nearby, there's salt water in the air, there's some nice music playing in the background. I picked out a cigar that I'm excited about and ready to smoke. I'm with people I love and care about, and I have a nice bourbon single barrel port cask, sherry cask that's going to complement, because more than likely I'm going to be smoking a Maduro cigar or this Naturale, more full body, and I want something to drink that's going to complement that, and the flavors will just marry together. And I'm in my perfect element. I'm in my setting, and for me that's everything, because that, you know, you can't replace that. That is a one-time situation that you can enjoy. You have an hour, you have 2 hours. Make it a weekend, you know, and it's all about your pleasure, your palate, and what you enjoy. Yeah, so, you know, when I first started smoking cigars was in New York. My first cigar was in the Bronx on Arthur Ave, and that always brings back nostalgia for me. If I can't be in a tropical climate, which I love smoking a cigar at the cafe, drinking an espresso in the morning, getting a sandwich at the deli, and you get to see all the hustle and bustle, people walking by, you know, and you kind of in your own element. But I that for me, that's part of it. Taking in, you know, it alerts your senses, the cigar, the taste, the smell, what you see, your surroundings, what you're drinking. It's a beautiful thing. But I love being in the city too. Ideally, it's not freezing cold, but sitting on a stoop, cafe table, I get to see what's around me, people working hard, joining me for a smoke and a coffee, nice espresso. Another thing I love to do is sit on my patio and play a little jazz, and I zone out. That's my time.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah,
Boom. You know, I've spoken to you about what I enjoy and what my perfect pairing is, but the point of me saying all that is I encourage you to make your own perfect pairing, whatever that may be. And whatever it is completely okay. As I said earlier, another thing I love about this culture is the lifestyle, having a good cigar, a good drink, but the perfect accessory item as well. And for me, that pairing is a bourbon, a wine, my cigars. Whatever you want to put in your Bruce bag, your cigar and wine bag, is totally up to you. And that's what makes it the perfect pairing. The one thing I love about taking this bag with me when I travel, the Bruce bag here, I have the option of carrying 2 bottles, a nice wine, a nice bourbon. If I'm with my lady, she would like a nice red wine. I have my area here for my bourbon, my scotch. Definitely love that it holds 5 to 6 cigars here. I have space for my cutter, my lighter, matches, my business cards. When I do travel, I'm doing business most of the time. And usually that takes place in a cigar lounge. So it has space for everything. Business cards, lighter, cutter, cigars, my drink of choice.